your favorite villain?
My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
A lot of people want to know why you wasn't in it, man.
Well, first and foremost, I thought I was going to be in the documentary at first until I started talking to that director.
That 50 Cent Diddy documentary may go down as one of the greatest documentaries of all times. The man already broke the internet when he dropped the documentary, and it went #1 in less than 24 hours.
Sean Combs' The Reckoning, Netflix's documentary, might honestly be one of the biggest entertainment stories of the year. The moment the 4-part docuseries dropped on Netflix, produced by none other than 50 Cent, the entire industry felt the shockwave. It wasn't just another celebrity exposé. It wasn't just drama. It wasn't just old allegations resurfacing. This one felt different, heavier, and more final. It felt like the public was watching the collapse of an empire in real time, and the reactions from celebrities proved just how deep this documentary cut. Some people were horrified. Some felt validated. Some were angry. Some were scared. And some, especially those who once stood beside Diddy, went completely silent. And silence in Hollywood can be louder than any statement. When Netflix released Sean Combs' The Reckoning, it arrived just 2 months after Diddy began serving his 50-month federal prison sentence for 2 adult work-related charges. He's sitting in a New Jersey federal facility while fighting the conviction with an expensive legal team, hoping to get his sentence overturned. But outside those prison walls, the world is watching something else unfold. An avalanche of reactions, opinions, and narratives triggered by this documentary. The series includes exclusive footage from the 90s up to the recent years, unheard testimonies, disturbing allegations, behind-the-scenes clips from his 2024 federal raid, and decades of stories that swirl around Diddy's rise and fall. And instantly, celebrities started reacting. Some defended him, some condemned him, some cracked jokes, some posted cryptic messages, and some, like Waka Flocka, walked away from it realizing they don't trust any celebrities anymore.
A new Netflix docuseries about Sean Diddy Combs is making headlines for its never-before-seen footage of the music mogul in the days before his arrest.
The most important reaction came from the man behind the documentary's creation, 50 Cent. He didn't hold back in interviews. In his sit-down with Robin Roberts on ABC News, 50 Cent, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, said he joined the project because he refused to let hip-hop culture be framed as silent or complicit. He said if he didn't speak up, people would assume the entire industry supported Diddy's behavior. He said someone needed to stand up for those who couldn't speak for themselves. And because he has the power, influence, and fearlessness, he used it.
I didn't say anything. You would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors.
50's reaction wasn't emotional or messy. It was strategic. He didn't smile about the documentary's success. He didn't brag about his long-running feud with Diddy. Instead, he told the world that this wasn't personal revenge. It was accountability. He even said something that shocked people. He believes that if Diddy watched the documentary, Diddy would admit it's one of the best he's ever seen. Not because he likes it, but because the documentary is built with undeniable structure, evidence, pacing, and testimonies that force viewers to confront uncomfortable truths. That level of confidence from 50 set the tone. When someone that powerful speaks so clearly, celebrities begin to choose their reactions very carefully.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time.
2 years ago, everything changed. When Cassie filed that explosive lawsuit accusing Diddy of physical coercion, exploitation, manipulation, control, and years of what she described as psychological torment, the entertainment world didn't just take notice. It cracked wide open. Her lawsuit was the first domino, the spark that lit a fuse no one could put out. At first, everyone assumed it would just disappear quietly. And for a moment, it looked like it would. The case was settled privately within 24 hours. But it was already too late. The allegations were public. The details were everywhere. And once the door opened, it didn't close. Diddy later released his own statement saying, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love. Suddenly, former staff, partners, dancers, collaborators, people who had all stayed silent for years started coming forward one by one. Their stories were darker, more detailed, and more disturbing than anyone expected. And 50 Cent was watching all of it unfold in real time. According to him, this was the exact moment he realized the public needed something more than scattered rumors, tweets, and headlines. They needed a place where the full picture could finally be exposed. Shortly after Diddy's arrest in September 2024, 50 Cent dropped a bombshell. He was partnering with Netflix on a documentary meant to expose even more alleged crimes connected to Diddy. Claims that, according to whispers behind the scenes, hadn't even reached federal investigators yet. Rumors exploded that 50 had been gathering receipts for nearly 20 years, quietly tracking every name, every story, every pattern. He insisted he knew exactly who was involved and that he was finally ready to reveal what he called the true mastermind behind the entire operation.
So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things.
50 Cent has made one thing clear. His upcoming documentary series isn't about chasing internet gossip or feeding off trending headlines. It's about digging into the machinery of the alleged inner workings of Diddy's entire criminal network. And according to several circulating reports, the material uncovered during the making of the series is so serious that it's believed to have helped spark a brand new criminal investigation into Diddy. But while 50 Cent confidently stood by the documentary, Diddy's camp exploded with anger. His spokesperson called the series a shameful hit piece, claiming the footage was illegally obtained, that participants had personal grievances, and that many stories were exaggerated or completely false. The spokesperson said several of these stories have already been addressed in court filings, and others were never raised in any legal forum because they're simply not true. The project was built around a one-sided narrative led by a publicly admitted adversary, and it repeats allegations without context, evidence, or verification. A direct jab at 50 Cent. According to Diddy's team, Netflix repeated allegations without context or proof. Today's GMA teaser confirms that Netflix relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. The statement reads, "As Netflix and CEO Ted Sanderos know, Mr. Combs has been amassing footage since he was 19 to tell his own story in his own way. It is fundamentally unfair and illegal for Netflix to misappropriate that work." Netflix responded immediately and aggressively. They denied everything Diddy's team claimed. The director, Alexandria Stapleton, said the footage was legally obtained, all rights were properly secured, and that they reached out to Diddy multiple times to allow him to speak. He declined every request. Netflix made it clear that Curtis Jackson, despite being an executive producer, had no creative control and nobody in the documentary was paid to appear. They said the footage of Combs leading up to this incident and arrest were legally obtained. This is not a hit piece or an act of retribution. That clash between Netflix and Diddy's team went viral instantly, and celebrities paid close attention. Then there was the clip, a short scene that went viral days before the documentary dropped. It showed Diddy greeting fans in Harlem, smiling, hugging people, taking photos, acting warm and grateful. But once he got in his car, he told his team he felt dirty and needed hand sanitizer and a bath.
Embraced.
I gotta take a bath. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do.
And when 50 Cent was asked about the clip during an interview, he didn't hold back. He said that moment, that tiny 30-second shift revealed more about Diddy's real character than any headline, lawsuit, or rumor ever could.
And there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
Went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was, it show you his character.
The internet didn't know what to make of it. Was it arrogance, hypocrisy, or was it a glimpse into a side of Diddy he never intended the world to see? Fans were stunned. Others said it confirmed things they'd always suspected. The moment was small, but symbolically huge, because it captured something unfiltered, something he forgot the cameras were recording. Moments like that changed how some celebrities reacted afterward. Social media exploded with its own storm of reactions. Timelines turned into debate arenas, and the jokes rolled in instantly. One user wrote, "Note to self, never get in a fight with 50. Dude never forgives." Another joke that 50 said, "Not on my watch." This is why it's so important to speak out, to hold people accountable, celebrating him for stepping up and exposing what others had been too scared to touch. Some users issued warnings, writing, 50 better be careful, what goes around comes around, implying that exposing powerful people comes with consequences. Others claimed he was going too far, accusing him of taking joy in the chaos. One comment that gained traction said bluntly, "This docuseries is nasty work." Another added, 50 is taking great pleasure in Diddy's downfall. Even celebrities were quietly choosing sides. Some liked posts praising the documentary, subtly signaling approval without saying a word publicly. Others slowly backed away from the conversation, avoiding retweets, likes, or mentions altogether, as if even a whisper of association could drag them into the controversy.
Ooh, Diddy about to be doing life after this 50 Cent documentary. 50 Cent did not play around. He shut shit down. It's already #1 on Netflix.
But the most emotional and surprising reaction came from Diddy's own mother, Janice Combs. After the documentary aired, she released a powerful statement calling it full of lies and distortions. She said the film intentionally misrepresented her son's upbringing and family life. She said, "These inaccuracies regarding my son, Sean's upbringing and family life is intentionally done to mislead viewers and further harm our reputation." She denied a claim from Diddy's former friend, Kirk Burrows, who said he saw a young Diddy slap his mother after the tragic 1991 City College basketball stampede, where 9 people died. Janice said the allegation was patently false, offensive, and a cheap attempt to gain attention. Janice said in her statement to Deadline, "That was a very sad day for all of us. For him to use this tragedy and incorporate fake narratives to further his prior failed and current attempt to gain what was never his, Bad Boy Records, is wrong, outrageous, and past offensive." She demanded the filmmakers retract the statements publicly. Her reaction hit differently. She wasn't defensive about fame, she was defending her family. Mothers rarely speak publicly like this unless they feel deeply wounded. Her statement added a whole emotional layer to the documentary's fallout.
He had to exploit every single person that he worked with in order to prop himself up, which is actually insane when you think about it.
Meanwhile, Waka Flocka Flame had one of the most viral reactions. He said watching the documentary made him realize he didn't trust any celebrities. He said the footage, testimonies, and stories opened his eyes. He claimed he was thankful he never wanted features, studio sessions, or favors from big names in the industry. Then he joked about people wearing sunglasses indoors, saying he wants to see the lies in your face when talking to someone. It was a dramatic and funny reaction, but the message was clear. The documentary changed how he sees Hollywood. And ironically, 50 Cent responded by laughing and reposting Waka's comments, happy that someone understood what he was trying to expose. Netflix's Diddy docuseries delivers many shocking revelations, but one of the most emotionally devastating comes from singer and former Danity Kane member Aubrey O'Day. Her testimony isn't just another allegation. It's a haunting look into the confusion, trauma, and silence that surrounded her time working under Diddy. In the series, O'Day reads explicit messages allegedly sent to her by Diddy. One email from 2008, the same year he fired her from Danity Kane, contains lines like, "I don't want to just F you, I want to turn you out." Later in the documentary, O'Day reads an affidavit from a civil lawsuit filed by another alleged victim. This woman claims she walked into a room during a 2005 party and witnessed O'Day being essayed by Diddy and another man. According to the affidavit, O'Day was sprawled out on a leather couch, looking very inebriated, while the two men engaged in acts with her. The witness writes she is 100% certain the woman she saw was Aubrey O'Day. O'Day admits in the series that she has no memory of the incident. The revelation shook her so deeply that she sought out the witness personally. She questioned her repeatedly, asking if there was any possibility of a mistake. The witness never wavered. She was certain.
You realize the burden that puts on my soul for the past year, the weight of that man and his I will never get up.
This certainly placed a heavy emotional burden on O'Day. She explains that she stayed silent for years, not because she wanted to protect Diddy, but because she feared her lack of memory would give his legal team ammunition to discredit other victims. If I expose one victim who's got a civil lawsuit, that gives Diddy and his legal team credit to take down everybody else as potential liars, O'Day said. It goes right back on my shoulders just like that. Director Sasha Stapleton told Business Insider that O'Day's story highlights the gray area of the Combs saga. These aren't simple yes or no experiences. They're layered, confusing, painful, and often buried under years of fear and manipulation.
She didn't take that information and say, and this happened to me. I think that what you see in the film is her struggling to digest, did this happen to me or not?
And while O'Day hasn't released a dramatic public statement since the documentary aired, her presence online says everything. After nearly 20 years of hinting at what went on behind the scenes of making the band, she finally feels seen. Fans, former collaborators, and celebrities have flooded her with support. Her response may be quiet, but after 2 decades of waiting for people to believe her, it's undeniably powerful.
With everyone, that she was very emotional on the phone with me. She was crying. She was trying to catch her breath, trying to get her words out, and she let me know that she's just now sitting down and watching the docuseries.
Then there's Cassie. Her silence is the most dramatic reaction. She didn't join the documentary. She didn't appear. She didn't speak. And she didn't need to. Her lawsuit was already settled in 2023. The hallway footage from 2016, where Diddy is seen dragging her, plays in the documentary without commentary from her. That clip alone shook celebrities, influencers, and everyday viewers when it leaked last year. Many major stars called it sickening or heartbreaking. Now seeing it placed inside the full context of the documentary has made people revisit the situation with even more disbelief. Cassie's silence feels like closure. She said everything she needed to say in legal filings. Her lack of public reaction is just as loud as anyone else's.
It's bigger than just about Sean Combs or Cassie. It also should be a reflection on us as an American public.
Joe Budden had one of the most intense celebrity reactions. He said he finished episode 2 and felt genuinely angry. Not confused, not sad, angry. He said the documentary was structured so well and the timeline so clearly laid out that it was impossible to walk away feeling neutral. He even said that he felt like Diddy didn't get enough time based on what he saw, which sparked huge debates online. Some celebrities agreed with him. Others said he was going too far. But he represented a big group of viewers who walked away feeling disturbed by the footage and testimonies.
I was by episode 2.
Really?
I was absolutely
Said the docker pissed.
Yeah. Puff.
Oh, okay.
Because the way the doc is framing it.
Industry insiders also reacted quietly but significantly. Former assistants, dancers, producers, stylists, and label staff posted vague tweets like, "We knew," "That era was crazy," or "This brought back memories." These weren't accusations. They weren't confirmations. They were acknowledgments that the culture around Diddy wasn't as polished or glamorous as it looked. These subtle reactions revealed how many people internally weren't surprised by the documentary because they lived through the chaos. Media critics reacted next, and they didn't hold back. They called the documentary the point of no return for Diddy's public image. They said it wasn't sensationalized, it was methodical. They said it was the most comprehensive breakdown of his career ever created, and that after watching it, no viewer would ever look at Diddy the same way again. Critics said this wasn't about cancel culture, it was about decades of power, silence, influence, and fear finally being documented in one place. Some celebrities, surprisingly, said nothing at all. Artists who worked with Diddy, big names, went quiet. No tweets, no likes, no interviews. And many people noticed. Silence became its own reaction category. Some fans said those artists were scared to speak. Others said they were protecting their own images. Some said they simply didn't know what to believe. But in an industry where everybody comments on everything, this silence spoke volumes. The biggest takeaway from all these reactions is that Sean Combs' The Reckoning didn't just expose allegations, it exposed the culture around him. It exposed Hollywood's fear. It exposed the music industry's silence. And for many celebrities, watching the documentary was like watching the end of an era. For years, Diddy was untouchable. Now, everyone is finally saying what they really think, or choosing to say nothing at all.